Digital citizenship is part of our sex education curriculum to help our young individuals, our preteen, our teenagers, even our young adults, or those of us who do not understand what digital citizenship has to do with, to understand what it requires. In this digital space, there are a lot of things that need to be known before you navigate. That's why some persons put out content ignorantly or take information ignorantly without knowing due process to follow. So when we talk about digital citizenship, there are key components to it. And then the first component is your digital literacy. You have to be educated on how to use the digital space. And in having this education, you have to know about privacy, cyberbullying, cybersecurity, content sharing, content usage, information usage, and the host of others. So, first of all, understand what digital literacy is. You being able to access information in the digital space, you able to use the digital platforms of different types for various reasons. And so, digital literacy is the number one component or number one key to digital citizenship. Number two is digital rights and responsibility. What are your rights and what are your responsibilities while using the digital space? You know, there are rights that you owe and there are responsibility. What do you share? What do you share on other people's posts? How do you comment? How do you use other people's intellectual property? There are laws bounding all of these which you need to know. So in having a full responsibility of recognizing what your digital citizenship is, you need to be aware of your rights and responsibility in using the digital space. There are things you are not supposed to share. There are things you are supposed to protect. And there are, there are things you actually need to do. That's the main point of it. You don't just go to the digital space and behave the way you like. You need to take responsibility for your actions. Then digital communication. How do you communicate? Remember, we're talking about the key components of digital citizenship. You talk about digital communication. How do you communicate with people online? You see some people go to other people's posts. Even if you don't agree to what they say, there are ways you say it. But some people come out so raw that when they pass information, they don't feel or they don't see how it's going to affect the other person. So my young audience, my fans and my listeners, we want to be careful how we respond to other people's posts. We want to be careful how we talk to others via our write-up or even our videos, so that you don't needlessly offend others. You have to respect the rights of other people. Then we talk about digital safety and security. How do you protect your password? How do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself from what you share online? Because you don't expect to share things that are erotic, things that have sexual connotation, and you think it's not going to affect you in one way or the other, or that the internet is not going to carry it and spread it wherever they wish to. You want to be careful. You want to know how to secure yourself, and you know how to be safe about that. Just like we have etiquette in different aspects of our life, table manners, and other manners of life. So also the digital space have its own manners. It has its own way of doing things. So In one of the videos, I'll come up and talk about digital etiquette or digital manners, how we need to portray ourselves, how we need to control ourselves, how we need to act when we are in the digital space. We don't just want to act on default. We need to act with the view that we have education about what we are doing. Okay? Just like every workspace have its own guidelines. You don't go to a construction site and behave the way you like. You have to follow rules. You don't go to a chemical company or a chemical factory and you do things the way you like. You will get hurt. So also in the digital space, you don't just come to this space and behave the way you wish or like. You have to follow guidelines and you have to behave in a particular manner that will protect you. Digital laws. There are digital laws that are guiding the digital space. These laws can be country bound, it can be individual. For those who have property rights to their knowledge, they can tell you that they reserve the right. That means you have to take permission from them before you can use such intellectual knowledge. And so there are laws bounding these areas. Facebook has its own laws that you will follow. TikTok does, YouTube does. So there are guidelines. If you break these laws, you will be punished, or there are consequences for your action. So that means that in this space, there are laws that are governing the digital space in different social media platforms. So we need to follow such laws. And we have digital health awareness. Just like we had health awareness in the health space, digitally there is health awareness. When the digital space take away your sleep, mix up with your mind, mix up with your mental health, mix up with your psychological well-being, it becomes toxic for you. So there are key components you need to follow in this space. And so that's why we have digital citizenship. Okay, one of my audience asks, what is digital citizenship? I hope this video is able to help you understand what digital citizenship is, and that you need to take responsibility for your action when you come to the digital space. You don't just do things randomly. You don't just act on default. You have to act in a manner worthy of what you want to portray. So this it's our topic for today, digital citizenship. So remember to drop by. I'm a sex education instructor. I'm a sex education advocate. We want our young ones to behave in a way that they will look back in the future and they will be happy, and that their digital footprint will not catch up with them in the future and make them sad. We want you to put things right. Don't just put things out there because you want to put out content. Put out content that will be helpful. It should be entertaining, educating, and otherwise. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next.